am back from Book Expo and BookCon, and I have a lot to talk about. This is, I believe, my 5th year at BookCon. A couple years ago, I started applying for Press Pass through thefandom.net. Thanks, Kate and Natasha, for letting me represent you. And this is my first year actually taking a day off of school and getting to do a little bit of Book Expo. I only got to do one day because I don't feel like I can take 3 days off, especially this year when I was in like a million weddings. Actually only 2, but planning a 3rd, so yeah. But in that one day of Book Expo and 2 days of BookCon, I got a ton of stuff, so I'm going to dive right into it. Shout out to my friend Jessica, who let me crash with her, even though I didn't see her Thursday night, which is a little weird, and my colleague Allison, who took good care of this little bug for me while I was up in the New York area. Friday was my only day of Book Expo, and it was the day that I got the most stuff. I started out the day getting some tickets for signings later in the day, and then I went to Tour Teens event where they were talking about some of their upcoming books, and some of them sound really awesome. I also got a bag of a few books. So I believe I got this tote from Tour Teen. It says Flaunt Your Fandom, which I am always sure to do. On the table at Tour Teen were some copies of The Deceivers. This is a book that is already out. It sounds awesome. I have not read it. There were a bunch of people there that had, and they were saying it was great. So I'm really excited to read this. I believe it is about a school. It's a school for con artists where people have gotten in trouble for being con artists elsewhere and are sent to this school where they basically get in trouble for getting caught, but not for like lying and being terrible people. So that sounds pretty cool. And there is a second book coming. I got The Infinite Noise. This one is about a quarterback who is also an empath, but like to a superpower extent. But in this world, instead of people with superpowers like going out and saving the world, they go to therapy. So, I mean, you can imagine if you can like feel the emotions of everybody around you, that would actually not be the best power to have. So yeah, he's in therapy for that, and it sounds intriguing to say the least. This one comes out in September 2019. 1,000 Fires by Shannon Price. 1,000 Fires comes out in November 2019. So this one, it sounds like it follows a girl whose brother was killed by a rival gang, I guess. Sounds like it's gangs. 2 years before, and now she is like kind of falling for somebody in a different rival gang. She needs to decide between sticking with revenge as she wants to, or new love and maybe a different sort of revenge. I don't know. Intriguing. I also have Stormrise, a novel by Julian Boehm. I'm not sure how to pronounce that, and I'm sorry. This one comes out also September 2019. So it sounds like this follows a girl that wants to be a fighter, but in the world, women are only either wives or spinsters. She wants to be a fighter, but in that world, women don't fight. They're either wives or spinsters. And she would rather be a spinster than marry someone that she doesn't know, but what she really wants to be is a warrior. And the last one I got at that event is Sparrow. She must find the courage to confront the abuse that haunts her past and threatens her future. This is by Mary Cecilia Jackson. It is a debut novel, and I do not see when it comes out. Maybe I will update that on the video later, but maybe it's too far out to give an actual date. So this is about a ballerina with an abusive past who has to come to grips with her past before she can move forward, and it says that it is in the tradition of Speak, which, as we know, is an amazing book. That was all from the Tour Teen event. They also had a nice conversation with us. It was all bloggers there, and they were asking what we see in the book world with teen, young adult fans and where we think it should be going in the future. And we actually had a really nice discussion, largely about the idea of splitting like young adult and teen up slightly because the age group is growing older, but there's kind of new adult, which I guess would be the natural development for the young adult genre, is like a completely separate thing and is known as something specific, which is not what a lot of the people that still read young adult but are looking for something slightly more mature, I guess, want. So that's what a lot of our discussion was, maybe splitting up the young adult genre from the teen genre slightly, like making it more specific. Anyway, after that event, I went into the show floor and a lot of stuff happened. I gotten tickets for a couple signings, including I got The Burning Shadow by Jennifer L. Armentrout. I have not read The Darkest Star yet, but I clearly own it, and I do have plans to read it soon. So now that I have this one, which is a monster, by the way, I just need to get to the other one first, and then I can read this one. Yeah? This is signed, by the way. Then I ran and jumped in the line to get Cursed by Frank Miller and Thomas Wheeler. Oh, this is signed. Yeah, so this is a new version of the King Arthur legend, and it looks like it is chosen by a woman in this one. And it is soon to be a Netflix original series as well, so I gotta read it before that. I also picked up Scouts. This is coming July 2019. This is a middle grade book that I picked up for my students. I don't have time to go through what all of these are. The Magicians, Alice's Story. I actually never got into that series, but I know a lot of people did. This one comes out July 2016, or 2016. July 16th. Ask Again, Yes by Mary Beth Keane. This one is also signed. Rage by Cora Carmack. I have not read the first one, so but I've been meaning to read her, so now I have this one. I almost forgot my favorite one. So, I heard somebody talking about how they needed to go and get in line for Renee Audier's The Beautiful. And I was like, oh my gosh, I need to go do that too. And I saw the line, and I saw it was going to the autograph table. Now, again, I've been media for BookCon for the past 2 years, and starting last year, the way they did autograph tickets is you need to have your badge, which they don't send to media ahead of time, to get tickets for autographing. So I couldn't do autographing at BookCon the past 2 years, so I assumed that meant I couldn't do autographing at BookExpo either. Yeah, apparently that's not the case. So I saw they were in line to go to the autograph tables, and I was like, oh, I can't do this. I don't have a ticket. And they're like, none of us have tickets. So I was like, wait, what? So apparently I was like ignoring anything at the autograph tables when I was looking at my schedule. Apparently I didn't have to, but luckily I did find out about that in time for The Beautiful by Renee Ahdieh. Bringing vampires back, what? And this one comes out in October 2019. I love Renee Ahdieh and anything that she does, and I told her that I don't have any of her other books unsigned because I think I see her more often than she writes books, which was evident when she was at an event I was at later, but I will come back to that in a moment. So I think that is all for like the actual official BookExpo portion. But then after BookExpo, Fierce Reads did a special blogger event, and I went to that. They gave me a bag of goodies as well. This one says, love your shelf, as everybody should. I do love my shelf. Anyway, there are 5 books in here. There's one that I will talk about in a moment that I really, really wanted. We ended up playing book bingo. We filled out a bunch of books that publicists would be talking about on a bingo board, and then as they came and talked about them, we crossed them off, and then people who got bingo won awards, yay! So in my baggie, I got There Will Come a Darkness. This one comes out September 2019. So this one is about a group of people who have to save the world before it ends. We met this author, she seems awesome, and I'm super excited to read it. I'm super excited to read everything that they talked about. Everything they talked about at this event sounded amazing, by the way. Ooh, this one sounded really good. The 10th Girl by Sarah Faring. This one is about a school where there were supposed to be 10 girls in the class, but one never showed up, and they kind of need to figure out what happened to her. And I know there's more to it than that, but I'm not going to waste time with the video, but it sounds really awesome, and if you want to go look it up, you should do that, because it sounds really, really cool. And this one also comes out September 2019. This book pile is getting high. Next, I got Vow of Thieves by Mary E. Pearson. This one comes out August 2019. That one's just around the corner. The Lair of Mariposa Island by Jennifer Mathieu also comes out to September 2019. Symptoms of a Heartbreak by Sonia Charapotra. I know I just butchered her name. Oh, this one comes out in July 2019, which is right next door. This one is about a doctor fresh out of med school who ends up working with kids with cancer and falls in love with a, I assume not child patient, and it complicates things, and I was really excited for this one. So by the end of this, right before that last event, I ran into my friend Flo and her friend Rachel that was with her, who I will talk about more later, and my shoulders were absolutely hurting because I was wearing totes all day, and I literally had rug burn on one shoulder because I was also stupidly wearing spaghetti straps because I'm smart like that. By the end of it, I could not go anywhere. I was like, I can't get back to my friend's apartment on a train. So they let me stash my books at their hotel room, which was very, very helpful. And then I just had like my little bag to take home. So they stayed in New York when I went back to New Jersey for the night. Yeah, but after I left my stuff off, I wanted to go to one last event. There was a signing at Barnes & Noble, and they were doing some trivia, and I ended up winning 2 more bags with the same answer. First, I won this bag, We Are What You Read, Penguin Teen. It says, tomorrow I will take on all of these things. I will be unstoppable. From The Young Elites by Marie Lu. Little stationery here. Little charging dock, which is nice. Geek Famous pouch. Fireborn, little sampler. Bunch of bookmarks that I'm not going to pull out right now, except for this one because it's really cool. The Last Voyage of Poe Blythe, which I'm actually audiobooking right now. So that one was the answer to how many hours does the average adult spend on not social media but media a day. The answer was 11. Then a couple questions later, they asked how many Tonys did Hamilton win? That one I knew. I raised my hand and I'm like, I'm pretty sure the answer is 11 again. And I got this tote. Also, We Are What You Read by Penguin Teen, but this one says, this unworthy heart of mine will always be yours. Melissa De La Cruz from Alex and Eliza, A Love Story, which I just finished audiobooking the second book in that. Look at that. In this one, I scored Hamilton. This is the biography that Lin-Manuel Miranda was reading when he came up with the idea for the show. Oh my goodness, this pile is so big. I'm not going to be able to make this any taller. A Hamilton pouch! Yeah, a bunch more bookmarks, including another Last Voyage of Poe Blythe, a Hamilton magnet, and some Dead Queens cards. So that was Friday. I'm going to put Dobby on top of this book pile and see if you can see him. Can you see him? He's standing on the book pile, and he's a pretty small guy. That was Friday. Oh, wait. At the Barnes & Noble event on Friday, there was a heckler. It was awesome. I mean, not really. He was really annoying. But yeah, this old man stands up and says that he doesn't read fiction, and he thinks that kids should learn how to do stuff instead of reading fiction. So then there was a whole discussion about empathy and the importance of that. And it was crazy. I've never experienced that, but it was crazy. And some of the authors took him down, and I got a bunch of books signed, and I joked with Renee Audier, who was there. I was getting a book signed by Melissa De La Cruz, and Renee Adier was sitting next to her, and I was like, see, I told you I come to every single one of your signings, and that's why I don't have any books for you to sign. And she laughed, because I had literally just seen her a couple hours before and told her that. I also saw Rachel Hawkins for the first time and got all of my books from her signed, which made me really happy. Moving on to Saturday.
Hi, so I am at the train station near my friend's apartment, waiting to head in for day 2. Well, day 1 of BookCon, day 4 for people that are doing both, but day 2 for me. Yesterday I made out like a bandit. I ended up having to leave 4 totes at my friend's hotel because I could not keep carrying them. And then I went to the Barnes & Noble event and won 2 more. So today I'm starting out with 1 tote full of some books for some authors I'm gonna get to interview today. And I brought a suitcase that I borrowed from my friend, because that way I can bring all of the stuff from yesterday and today home. I'm gonna have to check it, but that's okay. And yeah, I think I got 20 books yesterday. That was insane. It was my first time ever at BookExpo. I've been to BookCon several times now, but that was my first time ever making it for the BookExpo part, even if it was just the last day. But that was awesome. It also lightened my load for some stuff that I need to do today, because I got some of my must-have books yesterday. And yeah, I will try to be better about taking videos and pictures today. I took a couple pictures yesterday. I will say I posed for a picture with Rainbow Rowell, and the person that was taking it with my phone, I guess, didn't know how my phone worked and didn't actually take it. So I do not. Oh yeah, I'm gonna go because that's my train. I'll try to be better.
Saturday, I started out at I Read YA, where there were some signings. Stepsister, I'm really excited about this one. This one came out in May, but I still got an arc of it. Rated, which comes out in September, and all of these are signed, by the way. The Candle and the Flame, which came out in May, and I got a sampler of Call Down the Hawk by Maggie Stiefvater, who I've never actually read any of her stuff. I'm sorry. I was in line with people that are obsessed with her, and I'm just like, I also got a lip balm and a couple posters. Fight for Love, Fight for Family, Fight for Yourself, and Love Makes Difference Beautiful. I also got this Epic Reads bag, which is very pretty. I got Permanent Record by Mary H.K. Choi. This also comes out September 2019. I'm going to be busy until September. Who put this song on? Guess when it comes out? September 2019. And As Many Nows as I Can Get, August 2019. And then I picked up a few little magazines for my students. These come out September as well. And I don't know, oh, this first one is July. Oh, I also got a Supernova and Rebel samplers at the Fierce Reads event. Oh my gosh, I forgot a lot of stuff. A Rebel shirt, a Grishaverse passport. This is really cool. I got like a legit sampler, like it's literally, without showing anything, it's literally typed up, like manuscript, of The Midnight Lie by Marie Rotzkotsky, who wrote, where is it? Whatever. Who wrote like the Winners series, and I love her. So that's really super cool. Hello, it is the end of day 2, or 1 of BookCon, 2 of my time. I don't know how to keep track of this anymore. Anyway, it's the end of my day 2, and I did not do nearly as well today because BookCon is absolutely insane in that there are more crowds, and I think they give out less stuff.
So I think I only got 5 books today, and I went and picked up my books from Flo, who you can actually see in the window there. Awesome. Packing up her stuff. I just noticed that. It's a little weird.
Good touch.
At least she's fully clothed. Anyway, so I'm at her hotel room waiting for the person I am staying with to be ready to leave the city so she can drive me, because I have a big suitcase here. Here, I showed my suitcase today, but so I have this big suitcase here that is completely full of books. And it's not that big of a suitcase, actually, but when it's completely full of books, that's pretty damn heavy. So I don't particularly want to be like carrying that on and off of like 3 different trains. So I'm getting a ride, which means I need to wait, which means I'm going to be even more tired than I am now, but that's okay. Tomorrow is the final day. And I'm trying to like really, really prioritize what I'm doing, because I missed out on some things I really wanted today, because I thought after yesterday, after I was able to do like absolutely everything I wanted to do and more yesterday, I thought I could do something similar today, and that was not the case. So I ended up like stuck in lines that were less priority to me than other ones that I didn't end up getting to do. So I need to do better tomorrow. But we will see. Anyway, I think that's all for now, and I will check in tomorrow.
Sunday, I came in with 2 goals: slay and one of those epic reads drops, because they kept being crazy, and I really wanted, like, there were like 5 books I wanted out of 5 in that epic reads drop. I wanted all 5. And I knew I wasn't going to get all 5 because they were only dropping them twice. But I wanted all 5.
Hi. So I am just about ready to head out for the second day of BookCon, my 3rd day of stuff, and the last day for everybody. Yeah, I feel like I don't have much to say since yesterday. My friend, I had to walk like almost a mile with my suitcase full of Friday's books and Saturday's books. To meet my friend, because I would not have been able to lift that suitcase, trunk, whatever you want to call it, onto a train with stairs. So my friend drove me, which is nice because she works in a theater, and I was like half a mile away, a little bit more, 0.7 miles away, so in between. Sorry, I'm being quiet right now because the people I'm staying with are still sleeping. And I don't want to wake them up, just because I have to leave at a really early time every single day. But yeah, last day. I have a couple like priorities that I really, really, really want to get to today. And I'm going to try to do more panels, because I was really bad at that yesterday. And I got really frustrated from some of the lines. So I want to plan better. I have like 2 or 3 priorities, and then I'm going to do some panels, hopefully, maybe, we'll see. Anyway, I will talk to you next time. Bye.
Throughout Sunday, I got the Paris diversion, which I have no idea what that is. I stood in line not knowing what I was going to get, and this is what I ended up with. Flourishing of Florally Laurel. This they were just giving out, and I'm like, why not? Alyssa Milano with Debbie Regaud Hope, Project Middle School, which is super exciting. This one comes out in October. It is middle grade, and I got that one for my students. Here we go. I got Slay! I'm super excited for this one. I ended up with 2 copies of it. I gave my other one to Flo because I didn't need 2. I guess I could have done a giveaway or something. Oops, but here you go. I finally got in line for the final Epic Reads drop. I couldn't do the earlier one because I would have needed to be 2 places at once. Yeah, so I was in line for the second Epic Reads drop, the last Epic Reads drop of Sunday. And my friend told me that Scott Westerfeld's line was forming. And yeah, so I'm like literally running between 2 lines. So I did manage to get these 2 books. It's Riverdale, Get Out of Town, which I guess just came out in May, and Shatter City, which is the sequel to Imposters by Scott Westerfeld, which I loved, and this one comes out September 2019. In the Epic Reads line, I was trying to decide. I ended up going with the one I had thought I was going to want when I first came in before I read the descriptions of all of the other ones and realized I wanted every single one of them. Kingdom of Souls. It looks so pretty and good. I'm so excited for this book. It comes out, can you guess? Yep, that's right. September 2019. Then I waited around hoping that there would be a couple extras once everybody went through the line. And I noticed that once it got to the very last book, which is one I also wanted, a couple people didn't actually want it and were not taking it. So then there were 7 extras at the end, and there were too many people around, so they just put them away. But then they started doing a sign up and sneaking the books to people as they signed up. So I got another one. Now entering Adamsville, which this sounds really awesome too. It says Stranger Things meets Buffy the Vampire Slayer. This one comes out October 2019. And then while I was in line, they were giving out Big Book of Fortnite, which I took for my students, but then I realized there are guns in it, so I'm actually not sure if I'm going to give it to them or not. But yeah, I picked up 5 books for my students this time, which is a lot more than I thought.
Walking to the metro from my last day, I actually got some freaking awesome stuff today. I'm so tired. I'll go through what I got at some point, but I got Scott Westerfeld's next book, Shatter City. I got 2 books from an Epic Reads drop, one for waiting in the line for 2.5 hours, and then another, they had a couple extras and were giving them to people that signed up for something, so I signed up. And what else? I got Slay. I ended up with 2 copies of Slay, so I gave one to Flo. And yeah, there was a lot of standing around today, a lot of waiting. I got to go to Christina Marie's panel, which was awesome. She's wonderful. And anyway, yeah, I will do my official wrap-up, book haul, whatever, shortly. And you will see exactly what I got, what I did, all that fun stuff. Meanwhile, I need to pay attention so I can make it to Penn Station. Okay, bye.
My apartment is a total mess. Oh, I should show you what I got signed too. Rebel Belle, Her Royal Highness. Royals, all by Rachel Hawkins. Alex and Eliza by Melissa De La Cruz. And then Geekerella and the Princess and the Fangirl by Ashley Poston. Flo got these signed for me. I think that is it. Oh my gosh, I forgot some stories. On Saturday, I got Finale signed when I interviewed Stephanie Garber. And I did that for the fandom.net. Right before that interview, some woman runs up and starts talking to Stephanie Garber, and I'm sitting there okay, we have to start the interview. And then mid-conversation, not until mid-conversation, and I realize it's Marissa Meyer. What? And now I'm I don't want to be weird, because number 1, she'll know that I didn't already realize it was her. And number 2, I don't want to be weird, so I just kept sitting there being don't be weird, don't be weird, don't be weird. Meanwhile, all these things are passing through my head, like the fact that I was talking to her as if I didn't know who she was, because I didn't. And the fact that I'd shown her a picture of my Friday haul, including the Supernova sampler, and didn't say anything. Then I interviewed Stephanie Garber, and that was wonderful. But like an idiot, I forgot to get a picture with her. But then I did get a picture with Jenny Han, who I interviewed a little bit later. But now I don't know where my signed copy of Always and Forever Laura Jean is. Hopefully I will find that sooner rather than later. And I got a signed poster of Rainbow Rowell's Wayward Son. Be on the lookout for a giveaway of this coming soon. I will give you information about how you could win this signed poster. in the upcoming weeks, days, I don't know. But yeah, anyway, that is it. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Follow me on Twitter at ReaderGonnaRead, just like my YouTube channel. And subscribe by clicking down below or up there. I will talk to you next time. Bye! Hey, Ellie and Dobby here. Like the video? Come subscribe. Do it right now. Click it.